Thank you very much for turning back in. My name is Fonny. In my channel, I talk about my houseplant and my Hoyas. In today's video, I'm continuing my Hoya Bloom series. In this series, I will showcase my documentary and my experience of Hoya Bloom, of different types of Hoya, from the peduncle formation all the way to the flowering process. So I can share with everyone my experience. So if you are interested to see the Hoya Bloom, you will be able to see how it happened to me. If you don't want to miss out these type of content, and next time when I posted a new video on Hoya blooming or any other plant videos that I'm posting next time, please feel free to subscribe to my channel so you will have notification next time when I posted new videos. In today's video, I want to feature Hoya that I have kept for over a year. And I will say this is a Hoya that is very easy to bloom, and it is also easy to take care of. So if any one of you are new to Hoya and you want to try Hoya care and also try to flower your own Hoya, this could be an option. So this one here is Hoya KROHNIANA. You can see KROHNIANA is a huge plant to me. And in particular, it is because it is blooming at the moment. There's quite some peduncle and flowering happening in multiple tendrils. So in today's video, I will go through the process of peduncle formation and also the flowering of this particular Hoya. If you have any question with regard to the care tips, please feel free to leave your comment down below. So I think I'll just pop this back to the hanger so then I won't end up having a sore arm. And I'll be back. 1 second. Starting off with the peduncle formation. When I received this Hoya, it is a full plant that is planted in a cocoa husk, because I realized that the cocoa husk is really difficult to water. I have transferred it to pond, so it took a while for its root to regrow in the pond. So it took almost 5 months for me to see active growth point. Not talking about the peduncle, but I'm talking about new leaf grown on this plant. And then after the plant has settled in, which means that I can see active growth point on the foliage, maybe after 2 months in summertime, back in August, it started pushing out peduncle. I was really happy back then because it is one of the first few times I saw peduncle grown on my Hoyas. And so in order to answer that question, how long does it take for the peduncle to form? If your plant is healthy, if the roots are grown maturely inside your soil substrate, I think it will take around 1 to 2 months for the peduncle to form completely new. Another thing that is important to mention is it has to be an optimal condition. It needs to be warm and relatively humid and a lot of sun. I haven't experienced any peduncle formation, even though it is a mature and happy plant, during winter time, because it doesn't have any additional light and it also doesn't have any particular warmth that I have added. It's a normal room temperature, maybe 20 Celsius degree in my room temperature. It is not apparently it is not warm enough for it to flower. Then we move on to the process of the peduncle formation. From a peduncle to flower, it took around a month. It didn't take too long time from a small tiny bud on the spur all the way to opening up of the flower. You see that this is an old peduncle that has grown multiple times on the same spur, that there are formation of the tiny little buds on the same spur. And then the same over here. This one is a little bit more mature, but it's also growing during the springtime. And here you see that the same spur has regrown multiple times, and it is a relatively long peduncle. It's a relatively common time frame for all of the Hoya that I have. It took a month for it to fully develop as bud and then open up as flower. Then we move on to the flower of Hoya KROHNIANA. As you can see here, you can see that Hoya KROHNIANA has a relatively common length of the peduncle. I would say around 2 centimeters to 3 centimeters long for the length of the peduncle. And also for the flower, here it's around maybe 5 millimeters long for the flower. You can also see the fuzziness of the corolla. It is white in color for the corolla and light yellow color for the corona. It is the same color as the pedicel. The pedicel will spread out just like KROHNIANA Super Eskimo when it's about to open up. And you see that it has a orange center in the corona. The combination of the flower itself is very mild and it looks very nice and small. The entire umbel, it's around, I would say 3 to 4 centimeters, well, yeah, maybe 3 centimeters wide for the entire umbel. And on each umbel you can see that it has probably 10 to 15 flower on each umbel. Yeah, it's a really delicate yet detailed flower you can see here. With regard to the flower scent, I would say it is the same as Hoya KROHNIANA Super Eskimo. It is a very strong, condensed floral scent. It's not too much, in my opinion, because if it's just, say, 2 to 3 flower opened, I think it is a very fresh, floral, spring type of smell that will emerge in your entire apartment or house. But I do think it could be quite strong if you have more than, say, 5 to 6 or even more peduncle opened up. That could be relatively strong. Then you probably need to open your window to just let the airflow kicks in. So I would say it has a strong floral fresh scent for Hoya KROHNIANA. And then we move on to the Peduncle Nature. For Hoya KROHNIANA, good news is it's similar to most of the other Hoyas. It can be rebudded on the same peduncle, which means that the longer the spur is, the more it has flowered before. So if you see there is a peduncle that has formed in your plant, do not remove them, because potentially when the condition is optimal, it will reflower on the same spur. All right, this is the experience I have for Hoya KROHNIANA. If you have any particular question you want to ask on the care tips or any questions related to the flowering and bloom of Hoya KROHNIANA, please feel free to comment down below and we can discuss further on. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you find these information helpful. It will be really helpful for me as well. Then my information and content could be then shared to other people because it is more liked and also commented. So everyone will be benefited in that perspective. Until next time, I wish everyone is having a good day and stay safe. And until next time, I will see you again.